So, 72 degrees. Finally, some nice weather. For the better part of the last week, it's been in the 90s and very humid, sticky, sweaty, disgusting July/August New England weather. So this is early for us, but everything is blooming. Everything looks nice. And for those of you who maybe have been following my disaster of a motorcycle project over the course of the last 6 or 8 months, whatever it's been, my apologies for not putting up a video sooner. My wife and I are in the process of selling the house, and I had a whole lot of things that I had to do to get the house ready to be sold. So the house now is on the market, up for sale, as you can see, for sale. And just in case you're interested in buying the house, any of you YouTubers out there, it's a nice house. It's only about 7 years old, and we're just looking to downsize, get a little bit smaller. So, back to the motorcycle. Back to the money pit. Well, it hasn't been a money pit, I can't say that. That's not right. So anyway, my reason for my not being more visible in the last couple of months, again, we're selling the house. I had a bunch of things to get done here, which obviously is a little more important than the bike project. But also my mom passed away about a month ago, and that's been pretty difficult for me. So anyway, I did manage to go here last weekend and get some things done, and I'll show you where we are now with this thing. I now have exhaust pipes. These are by a company called Sick Pipes, S-I-K. They came to me bare metal, and I coated them in a high heat paint. They're actually black. I did the tips in white, high heat, and then I used some high heat exhaust wrap by a company called DEI, who makes excellent wrap. Then I wrapped them, and they also include in their wrap kit some silicone spray. It's a heat protectant. It's also a colored silicone, so that's what gives it the black color. So I think they look pretty good. And then I had this cover made up by a local company here in Connecticut. Have to represent Raiders Nation. Proud to do that. Been a Raiders fan for a long time. So that's pretty awesome. I actually had to write to the Raiders front office legal department and get permission to use this logo on here. So anyway, I got those things done. As you can see, everything else, I did put these mirrors on. I'm not sure if I had those on last time I made the video or not. But I also managed to get some, I started to tuck these wires up in here, just to neaten them up a bit and to get them ready to put the tank on. Whenever I get my tank back, Mr. Fred, my tank has been at Fred's place. For those of you that know Fred, my tank's been there for about 3 months now. But I've seen some videos of it. It looks nice. It's coming along nice. I just would like to have it back sometime soon. But I know Fred's been busy, so that's the reason I don't have it back yet. But I'm sure it's almost done and on its way to me. So I'm hoping I get it back this week. Otherwise, I did get some wiring done as well. How's that? Looks pretty, doesn't it? All that wiring right there. Got the side mount license plate on with the brake light. I soldered and spliced all the wires together underneath, and I guess I did an okay job because I have a headlight, I have idiot lights, I have running lights there, and on the license plate And I have turn signal, and I have, where are you, brake lights. So yeah, so we're getting there. I'm going to get a short terminal block and take all these wires, neaten them up on a terminal strip, wrap the strip up in some heat resistant wrap similar to this here, and then tuck it right back in here on top of the fender, probably with some all-weather double-sided tape just to hold it back in here somewhere. So that'll alleviate, you know, any long wires or whatever. But at least I know that that my wiring up here is right, and I have all this figured out back here. So that's good. So now it's just a matter of mocking up the fender and then the signals and tightening and neatening these wires up. I got some lugs here to use with the wire, and so that's good. Getting there. Waiting on that tank, obviously. One little issue I'm having, and maybe I could get some advice on it, is I bought a new clutch cable. The other one was a bit short, and the issue I'm having is simply this. It is very difficult to squeeze this cable. I mean, that's just, I'm squeezing hard, and you can see from here the gap. It's not going in very far. Now, I have this currently backed all the way off. This thing is backed pretty much all the way off. If I start to bring it back up, like that, this is still very hard to squeeze in. I mean, I can't move that at all. If I continue to bring it up, let's see what happens here. Hang on a minute. Okay. Still very difficult to squeeze this. Can't do it. Okay. Now, I brought it up some more. Now this becomes a little easier. But still, I can't pull that all the way in. I mean, that's about as far as it goes. Right there. So I'll come up some more. Now, I didn't come up that far, only a couple of turns. And I have some play here, which is probably normal, but I still cannot pull this in all the way. I mean, it's there and that's it. It's pretty tight. I'll bring it up a little more. Now I have more slack, and that's obviously not right because there's too much slack and it's not, you know, there's not enough grabbing on, so to speak. So that's up too high. So if I'll back it off a little more, and now I have a little less slack, but I still can't pull this thing in. So the cable itself is not kinked. It comes out of here, crawls around nice. It's held down by this clamp. Eventually it'll go through this clamp. Comes around here. This makes a nice bend. Comes up right into here. It's not bent, it's not kinked. So I cannot figure out why that's so hard to squeeze. So hard to pull in. I have no room here to, when I pull on this, I mean, I should have a little gap here from what I see in some videos that I've watched. I can't get that to move at all. So, I'm a little perplexed at that. So if you have any suggestions as to why that might be so tight, why that might be so difficult, I can't find the right adjustment on here. I mean, like I said, if I come up higher, 1, 2 turns, I have a lot more play, and still can't squeeze it all the way in. If I go down, say 1, 2, 3 turns, a little less play, but still can't squeeze that all the way in. I go down 1, 2 more turns, I have less play, and I still can't get that in all the way. That's hard. So, any suggestions on that clutch cable will be great. My seat will be here this week, maybe by Wednesday. I ordered a front fender that will fit this wide glide front end. That should be here by the end of the week. And really I'm just waiting on that gas tank. So I'll get this thing wired up, tucked away, and once I get that tucked away I can just get the gas tank in. Once I get the gas tank in I can take this for a little ride, which I'm really looking forward to doing, providing I can get that stupid clutch cable to work. So anyway, that's where we're at. I think it certainly does look almost exactly like I wanted it to look when I started this whole thing, with the pipes and the colors and the white walls and the whole thing. So there is some light at the end of the tunnel. We'll see what happens. I am getting tired of being out on the weekend and seeing other people riding while I'm not, and I should be. So we'll see what happens. But that's an update. Again, I apologize for not getting back to everybody sooner. Like I said, my mom passing away was a tough thing for me. But anyway, moving on from that, hopefully a week from now, in terms of the bike, will make a big difference if I can get everything in and get it together. So any suggestions, as always, please leave them. Look forward to seeing them. Thanks for all your help, because you people that watch this fiasco of mine, you respond, and you respond quickly, and your comments and your suggestions are always really good ones. So that's it, folks. I'll update you again within the next couple of weeks. We'll see how things are going at that point. Thanks again for your support. See ya.